Well, happy Sunday morning, friends. Father Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, speaking to you from our New York office. I'm headed to the key electoral state of Florida today, where I will be all week doing various pro-life work and election-related work. Now, today is Sunday, and I would be very interested to hear from you about whether or not you hear any election-related mentions in your church, wherever you go to church today, anything in the homily, in the bulletin, in the announcements. And if you do, let me know what it was. Let me know what your priest or pastor or minister said and how they said it and what sense it conveyed to the people, because we at Priests for Life have a nationwide role, obviously, in encouraging and equipping the churches to say something about the elections, do something to mobilize people to vote and to vote pro-life. So let me know. Let me know right here on Facebook later on after you come back from church, and we'll talk about it. Now, we just had, as many of you know, a press conference in Washington, D.C., a national press conference at the Press Club, in which we gave out a number of materials to the press, and as part of those materials, it was a challenge to pastors to prepare the church for the elections. And we set up a special website, which I'd like you to check out. It is priestsforlife.org/preparethechurch. priestsforlife.org/preparethechurch. And if you go there, you'll see some key things that we are challenging parishes and pastors to do. And you might even want to take a look at it before you head off to church today. Or, of course, if you see this after you've gone to church, there's still 2 weekends more before Election Day. Pass along to your parish priest and pastor and minister the challenge we are offering. And what is it? Well, first of all, to pray. It shouldn't be hard to get the churches to pray. This is our election prayer. You know it's at electionprayer.com. That's electionprayer.com. Secondly, and this you also know if you've been following me, the platform comparison piece. Let the people know what the differences are between the positions of the parties on the major issues. This can be distributed by churches. Bring it to your pastor. Votinginfo.net. But then again, at priestsforlife.org/preparethechurch, you'll also find the link to this particular flyer, and it is in English and Spanish. But here in particular, the third thing you'll find on priestsforlife.org/preparethechurch are quotes from Pope St. John Paul II, Mother Teresa, and the United States bishops, with some guidance about what issues are most important in the election. Now, listen to this. Just yesterday we had the feast of Pope St. John Paul II. October 22nd is his feast day. Listen to what he wrote all the way back in 1988, and it still has just as much applicability today. He says, above all, the common outcry which is justly made on behalf of human rights, for example, the right to health, to home, to work, to family, to culture, is false and illusory if the right to life, the most basic and fundamental right, and the condition for all other personal rights, is not defended with maximum determination. That is from his apostolic exhortation called Christi Fidelis Laici, the role of the vocation and mission of the lay faithful in the church and the world. So listen to what he said. He said, you know, all of those who call out for human rights, the right to, let's say, health care and education, that's fine, that's all well and good. But that advocacy is false and it's an illusion, Pope St. John Paul II wrote. It's false and it's an illusion if that same person calling for health care and education isn't defending the right to life. Why? Well, it's easy to understand. This is basic logic. It's not just church teaching. It's human reason. If you take away the life of the baby in the womb, if you claim that the government can permit that, then you've taken away her education and her health care. It's as simple as that. Pope John Paul says it's an illusion when somebody says, oh, I'm for health care. Oh, yeah, meanwhile, you can kill the baby? You know, let's challenge people on this. And not only that, our pastors need to be challenging people on this. They need to take those words of John Paul II and put them in the bulletin, put them on the parish website, preach them in a homily, and I'd like you to help me challenge them to do this. And friends, if they don't, let's ask them why. You know, we have all the respect in the world for our pastors, and I urge that. But brothers and sisters, that doesn't mean we can't talk. To have respect for someone doesn't mean you can't ask them to do something or ask them why they're not doing something. Isn't respect mutual, and doesn't mutual respect mean we have to talk to each other and listen to each other, and that if a decision is made by a pastor not to do something, well, don't we in the pews have a right to know something about the rationale that led to that decision? I see this time and time again, decisions being made, pro-life people being told, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. Fine, we accept your authority over your parish, but what we don't hear are the reasons why. And there are no reasons why not to take the words of a pope who is also a saint, and of Mother Teresa, and of the United States bishops themselves, who say that the right to life is the fundamental issue in every election. There's no reason not to put these things in the parish bulletin. So, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's have a dialogue right here on my Facebook page. Let's listen to one another. Let's hear what our experiences are in the parishes. And meanwhile, as you go to church today, pray for me, pray for Priests for Life, because as I offer Mass today, I am praying for you. I am lifting you up, and we are headed for victory. Jesus Christ has already won the victory over death. And brothers and sisters, don't let anybody tell you, whether in the media or among your friends or relatives or family or co-workers, don't let anybody tell you that the outcome of the election is already decided, because it's not. This election could go either way. Let's do everything we can to make it go in the direction of life, of ending the Holocaust of abortion. I'm going to have a lot more to say to you this week from Florida. I'll be joining you every day here on Facebook Live on my page. So please spread the word to others. If you have others that they're still not sure what to do in this election, or they're just confused or demoralized, bring them to me. Bring them here, and we'll talk all week long until we get closer and closer to Election Day. So once again, where do we find these quotes from John Paul II? There's a special webpage on priestsforlife.org. It's priestsforlife.org/prepare the church. Prepare the church. priestsforlife.org/prepare the church. And that's where you will find the various things we're asking pastors to do. These quotes, the comparison guide, and the election prayer. priestsforlife.org/prepare the church. Now, Tim, you just told me I need to have my tax exemption revoked. Well, you know, thank you for the amusement. You know, Priests for Life has been through an IRS audit already. The IRS itself has looked very, very carefully at everything we have said, everything we have done, all the homilies I preached, I sent to them. They asked for it. Of course, people can make an argument they have no right to ask for that stuff, but we want to be cooperative. And it was very clear, they said to us, we have not violated any prescriptions for keeping our tax exemption. You know, if saying that, if quoting Pope St. John Paul II about the critical nature of the abortion issue caused us to lose our tax exemption, well, you know, maybe you ought to write to the Pope, write to the bishops, make it an issue for the entire Catholic Church, of course, as some people try to do. But come on, you're uninformed about what the tax exemption requirements really are. Of course, it's only those that have democratic leanings that talk to us that way, so examine your own consciences. Brothers and sisters, we are together in this battle, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for helping us get the word out about all this. We had a great press conference the other day at the National Press Club, and we had a good media coverage, and we're getting this out. By the way, this ad, quoting the bishops, quoting John Paul, quoting Mother Teresa, is going into every diocesan paper in Florida, and we've sent it to various other states. Various bishops are putting this into their diocesan paper, and we're reaching a lot of people. So once again, let me know today what you hear in church, whether you do or you do not hear anything about the election. And if your pastor says something about the election, then I want you to thank him. Thank him, shake his hand, and show him the gratitude. And I know so many of you do this already. Show him the gratitude that we all have for him fulfilling his role as a pastor to spread the truth about this and to wake people up about what is at stake in this and in every election. God bless you. We'll talk to you during the week. Thanks very much.